I was updating my LinkedIn today, I know. But for the first time, I was able to put that I have basic proficiency in Spanish. And the reason that yo hablo un poco español is because of Pentagon Jr. When I saw Ultima Lucha 1, his match with Vampiro, I became a Penta Mark. That was the moment that I went from watching wrestling to watching wrestling. I think it was the first death match I ever saw. And they had, they had light tubes, they had fire, they had tacks. It was proper death match. And death match was a great choice to paper over some of those cracks in Vampiro's foundation. Any deathmatch wrestler you talk to will tell you to be a good deathmatch wrestler, you have to be a good wrestler. And yes, absolutely. There are wrestling moves in there, but also, the psychology, the rhythm, the way the match is built, the whole approach. You can't just wander in off the street and hit someone with a light tube. I mean, you can, but you might get charged with assault. But at the same time, the spectacle of a death match does compensate perhaps for some of the loss of athleticism. Be polite. But anyway, I watched that and I was sold, and I've been a Penta Mark ever since. And I started learning Spanish. The reason I started learning Spanish was that in my other life, I work in film. And I had this crazy idea. I thought, well, maybe one day I can revive the Lucha movie with Pentagon Jr. So I need to learn to speak Spanish so I can write the screenplay. Of course, now he's signed with WWE, and it's a pretty big deal. So I don't know if I'll be able to get anywhere near him with my screenplay, but learning Spanish has still stood me in really good stead as a referee. Even at the bottom of the world, occasionally we get to work with luchadors. When you get in the ring of a luchador and you turn to him and you say, ¿Estás listo? It's just nice. Like, they don't need you to speak Spanish for them, but it's nice. It's nice to hear your native language when you're working, when you're concentrating. It feels like a very, very small thing that I can do to make their time in the ring just slightly run smoother. It's also a really good way to open a conversation with them because you sort of say, hey, yo hablo un poco español, yo no entiendo bien. And they'll go like, she speaks a little bit of Spanish, but she doesn't understand. Well, okay, yeah, okay, I can respect it. The other good language to learn for a referee would be Japanese, which I will get around to, I promise.